The amount of boldness in it scares me.
It was an early morning text message in February that put a pit in Joanna Kelly's stomach.
From one of my staff members with a picture of the graffiti that had been sprayed on our business.
Kelly is the owner of Cup of Joe Cafe and Bar in Portsmouth. Someone tagged her business with a swastika.
Immediately there was a sense of fear, and for me, having to protect, my staff, my place of business.
We were not prepared for this to happen. It's not something that you would think would happen in good old, slow, small town, Ware, New Hampshire.
But it happened to Sharon Hull's son in April of last year.
On the bathroom, it was written on, I believe it was a stall door, killed the AKA with my son's name on it. Blacks don't stand a chance, swastikas, and KKK.
Hull's son was a student at John Stark Regional High School and is black.
Our hearts just sank.
In both of these cases, the New Hampshire Attorney General's office brought civil hate crime enforcement actions against the people responsible. It's all part of a troubling trend. Since the AG's Civil Rights Unit was established in 2018, it has seen an increase in complaints and referrals made by law enforcement.
First year it was established, we received about 40 complaints. The most recent year we have data for, 2022, we received 186 complaints that year.
Assistant Attorney General Sean Locke serves as the director of the Civil Rights Unit.
Not all of those complaints necessarily allege hate crimes or allege discrimination, but seeing that increase, we certainly are seeing more discrimination complaints, more hate crime related complaints over the years.
In the past 12 to 18 months, Locke's team has noticed a qualitative shift in the types of complaints.
More planned incidents, more ideological incidents that are driven by hate groups.
One of those incidents took place this summer outside of the Teetotaler Cafe in Concord while it was hosting a drag story hour. Video shows a group known as NSC 131, or the Nationalist Social Club, yelling, banging on the windows, and doing Nazi salutes while holding a sign that says, quote, "Defend white communities." Most recently, the state brought a case against NSC 131 after it hung banners that read, quote, "Keep New England white" on a Portsmouth overpass. A Superior Court judge originally dismissed the case. The state is appealing. William Jens is an attorney for NSC 131.
They haven't confided it in me, and I suspect that to a certain degree they're poking the bear to provoke these types of actions by the AG to show whatever political bias exists in that office.
We also have a rise of extremism, particularly in New England.
Peggy Schuker is the Deputy Regional Director for the Anti-Defamation League.
The FBI really is the database monitor for hate crimes that are reported by law enforcement throughout the country. The number reported this year, about almost 11,000, was an increase year over year.
But Schuker says at the same time, of the roughly 15,000 law enforcement agencies that could have reported, only about 20% of them did. The result of a combination of constraints in their day-to-day business, says Schuker, including departments lacking time, resources, and education.
So that tells you that there are more hate crimes happening, even though fewer law enforcement agencies are actually reporting.
Schuker credits New Hampshire and the other New England states
that have very strong hate crime statutes that give our prosecutors good tools when that high standard is met.
And for Joanna Kelly and Sharon Hull, sharing their stories is another tool to fight the hate.
These hate groups, if they feel like they can get away with it in places like Portsmouth and Concord, in Manchester and Nashua, in the bigger cities, in Boston, if they're able to march down the street freely in Boston, what is going to save a town like Milton or Franklin or Littleton?
And we also wanted to further the education in our town to prevent this from happening again. I'm lucky, and my husband is lucky, that our kids, we only have 2 left in the school, and they're in high school. There's another family whose child is going into kindergarten, and they shouldn't have to go through what we went through. You know, it is 2023, and why are we still doing this?
Tim Callery, News 9 Investigates.